Robert Altman, as many people know, is one of my very favorite directors. Shortcuts was Kansas City, and Kansas City is it's a jazz sort of film, jazz crime flick, kind of like the Cotton Club and Ragtime from the '80s. But yeah, this movie, despite not being like a 4-star film, it's still enjoyable, and I do think that most people would like this quite a bit. It didn't really receive a whole lot of great reviews when it came out, but that was how many years ago. Look at how far downhill Hollywood's come ever since. And also, because of how much I love Robert Altman, I think that in the case of Kansas City, if it was in a less talented director, that the movie really would have floundered. But while the movie is far from perfect, it receives it has a little too much good that can really give this movie like a negative review. So as I said, it's during the Jazz Age. Well, 1934, not in the 1920s, and it takes place in Kansas City, where there's lots of gangsters and racism that's happening, and yeah, we get to see some black gangsters, like the mob boss in this, who is played by none other than Harry Belafonte. That's cool stuff. And he owns this nightclub where jazz happens, jazz playing. Robert Altman, he's from Kansas City, and he happens to adore jazz music. Jazz is like his musical genre. So yeah, this is like a big passion project, and aside from Harry Belafonte, the movie also stars Miranda Richardson, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Dermot Mulroney, and Steve Buscemi. And watching this, I was just having such a good time with this because, yes, we do get to care about the characters, and it's also very nice to look at because of all the lights and the costumes and the saxophones, all that kind of stuff. It's quite cool to see. Now, the only real drawback about the film is its storyline. It's not much of a drawback, but it's kind of enough to say it's a flawed one. It's pretty outlandish, and it doesn't always work the way that one might hope. So, as I said, Harry Belafonte is this mob boss, and he tries to and he kidnaps Dermot Mulroney, and yeah, he's gonna kill him because Dermot Mulroney double crossed him. Dermot Mulroney is nobody, doesn't really have a whole lot of big connections, so yep, he's gonna destroy him. Jennifer Jason Leigh is Mulroney's wife, and she kidnaps this senator's wife, hoping to influence him because, like, by her kidnapping the senator's wife, that he will have better connections and use the race card to further influence things, and by getting those bigger and better connections to destroy Harry Belafonte. Now, most of the film, despite its outlandish plot, does work. But I think that the last act of the film, maybe not even last, maybe even a little bit less than the last act, they kind of blew it a little bit because despite the outlandish plot was working quite well. But yeah, the movie isn't perfect, but I still do recommend this because the movie, as I said, it has a little too much good to really bash. It's a great throwback to 1930s stuff, 1930s cinema. And yeah, I think that really anyone who loves cinema will love this film. Is it one of Robert Altman's 10 best films? Not quite, but it still is a definite thumbs up. I'm going to give Kansas City from 1996 3 stars out of 4. Please subscribe.